Hi, I'm Mick van der Laan.
And I'm Rijn Peters, and welcome to Arizona from Above. We're Dutch students from the NACV University in Breda. We are here to experience Arizona and to share some of our views and experiences with you. Thanks for joining us.
Coming from the Netherlands, we're used to a flat landscape. We're amazed by the stunning views here in Arizona, so we want to explore the views from above that Arizona has to offer. We want to go on a journey with you to experience the beautiful views we do not get to see in the Netherlands. Arizona has such a unique and diverse landscape. We are wondering, what does Arizona look like from a different perspective? And more specifically, what does Arizona look like from above?
So to answer these questions, we're going from Flagstaff all the way to Sedona, from the ground to all the way up in air, all to experience Arizona from above. Now let's join Mick to kick off our journey by exploring the beautiful views from the high points here in the area.
Now, I'm standing at the entrance to Turkey Butte, and we're on the quest to find the most impressive views of northern Arizona. So Turkey Butte, with an altitude of about 7,000 feet, is supposed to have an amazing view. I'm very curious about it. Let's find out together. There's a fire tower here at Turkey Butte, where we are about to meet with Ed Piper. Ed Piper has been working for the Forest Service since 1970. He started as a firefighter, but now Ed's a fire spotter, and he explains how he reports a fire.
So this thing's been here for a long time. And what it is it's this giant compass. And it turns. You can see it turns around. And then you read the number of degrees here. If you see a fire out there somewhere, you look through here and line it up with this crosshair.
All right.
And then read down here the number of degrees. This would be right here. Where you see this, it would be about 201 degrees.
Yeah, right.
And then on this side of this piece of metal that goes across is a ruler. And from here to right there is 20 miles. And what you do is you look through here when you see a smoke. And once you have that, you identify the distance. So you have the number of degrees and the distance. And then on the radio over here, you call the Flagstaff dispatcher, and what you say is Flagstaff, Turkey Butte, fire flash.
Alright, so we've been to Turkey Butte, we've talked with Ed Piper, heard some amazing stories, saw some amazing views, but the next location we're gonna head to is Snowball. So we've arrived at Snowball, where we are about to take the chairlift ride to the top. But before we do, we talk to Melanie Street, a sales and partnership manager at Snowball, and find out with her what it's like living with high altitude.
To work up here, you have to drink a lot more water. It's more difficult to stay hydrated than it is in town at 7,000 feet.
Are there any other difficulties you have with this altitude?
No, I think you get used to if maybe a visitor might be slightly winded due to altitude. If you work up here, you're a resident, you acclimate to that.
And now it's time to head up the slopes. Upon arriving at the peak, we find out that because of a forest fire, we can't see the walls of the Grand Canyon. However, we did find something else. Unbelievable, they got snow up here. Right now, we're at 11,500 feet, and I ain't got that much other facts because I'm just flabbergasted by this view. The top of Snowball is 11,500 feet in elevation, but the actual highest point of northern Arizona is Humphreys Peak at 12,600 feet. That's 1,000 feet more we would need to hike. And finally, to end our journey, we're heading for Jerome. Alright, so right now we're standing in Jerome, which is the final stop in our journey to find the best views of northern Arizona. So Jerome is an old mining town founded in 1876, and it's located on Cleopatra Hill at 5,400 feet altitude. So here in Jerome, we're going to visit the Grand Hotel, and finally, we're going to watch the sunset together. The Jerome Grand Hotel was built in 1926 initially as a hospital and changed into a hotel in 1994. It is known for being haunted, but it's also the highest building in Jerome, from where you can see the entirety of the valley. People from all over Arizona come to Jerome for the wonderful view of the Verde Valley from the heights of the Jerome Grand Hotel. We've been on an unbelievable journey together and we've seen some amazing views. I've been flabbergasted more than once and I hope you have been as well. But right now, I'm gonna enjoy this sundown.
So Mick, that was quite an experience you had there. What did you like the most?
I think I like snowball the most, and mainly because being up so high, I could just feel the snow in my hands. And that together with the beautiful view, of course, it stuck with me. So did you know that one of the highest points in Arizona is Snowball?
Now I know.
Now that we've been to one of the highest points in Arizona, let's see what Arizona looks like from above. Let's go to the Sedona Airport with reporter Karsten Baker to see several different ways to get up in the air above Arizona.
Today we are here at the Arizona Airport to explore some ways to fly above the beautiful Arizona. Let's take a look together.
The Sedona Airport opened in 1955 and since then has become a popular destination for tourists coming to Sedona. The airport is known for its beautiful location and airport director Amanda Shanklin tells us why.
It is a beautiful place set up on a plateau. A lot of people in Sedona don't really realize that there's an airport here. It's 500 feet above the city limits, and it is the perfect location to fly into.
The General Aviation Airport has over 100 based airplanes that are used by the pilots almost every day. For airport coordinator and private pilot Jacob Allen, the airport has another advantage.
I commute to work every day in my airplane. It really beats the traffic coming down the canyon there. Turns my 50-minute drive into a 15-minute flight.
By doing this, Jacob can park his plane 10 feet away from the office. To have a safe flight, he checks his plane beforehand. On his lists are refueling, an oil check, checking flight controls, and a propeller check.
Clear below 12,000, temperature 30 Celsius.
After all this is done, he is ready to start flying and enjoying the view above Arizona. From up here you can see the glowing red stone formation of the Oak Creek Canyon, which make this area so stunning. However, don't forget the challenges this unique airport has.
We're up on a mesa, so it's flat on top, and then the wind will come up depending on which direction the wind is coming from here. It could create some turbulence as you come into land. Also at this density altitude with bigger aircraft, this is a relatively short runway.
But that doesn't keep the bigger airplanes from landing at this beautiful airport. At Sedona Airport, you see a lot of private jets and almost 10 land here every day. A large number of the aircraft above Arizona are helicopters. Tourists especially enjoy the view on the helicopter tours. Helicopter pilot Nathan George, who is flying for Guidance Air, knows the mistakes most tourists make.
A lot of people come here and they climb a red rock and they buy a shirt and think that's all that Sedona has to offer, and that's all I thought too. But when you go back in the canyons and you're flying there, it's just a totally different place.
The helicopter has two big front windscreens and wide windows, and everyone but the middle seat has their own window. However, after flying tourists for multiple years, Nathan found out that the middle seat is not too bad after all.
But some say the middle seat is actually the best, just because you have both of the front windows and all the side windows as well.
To protect the scenery for the tourists, firefighters are always ready to save nature. Brian Schroeder knows his tasks.
Our tasks here is we're on standby until an actual fire breaks out. And when a fire does break out and they need air assets, we are a heavy asset. We can dump a whole lot of water on the fire as needed to get it under control quickly. When you get fire climbing up a mountain, it's hard to get guys on it. So that's where we come in.
The Chinook has a total maximum payload of 50,000 pounds, and depending on the altitude and the temperature, it can drop more than 7,500 liters or 2,000 gallons. One thing Brian loves about his job is the view.
It's like sightseeing that you pay for, but you get paid to do it.
The sky of Arizona is full of interesting aircrafts that bring the occupants a unique view.
For Arizona from above, I'm Karsten Baker.
Flying, that's an amazing way to get to work.
Yeah, I would actually love to fly to work as well.
Although the view itself is really spectacular from an airplane, not everyone is so fortunate to see these amazing sights from above. However, photographer Greg Brown shares these views with other people through his aerial photography. Let's go with Nicola Vogel to see these views Greg sees every day. Nicola?
We're here at Pulliam Airport in Flagstaff and we are going on the flight of our lifetime. So come on and let's meet our pilot. This is Greg Brown. He's a flight instructor here in Arizona and an aerial photographer too. He picked up his first camera when he was only 12 years old, and then he learned how to fly at the age of 19 when he started to combine these two. Although he's flown over a lot of places, Greg says Northern Arizona is one of his favorite places to capture nature's beauty.
Northern Arizona happens to be one of the most scenic areas in the world. Obviously, I have not been everywhere, but Monument Valley, Grand Canyon, Sedona, I can fly a half hour in any direction, the Painted Desert, Meteor Crater, any direction I fly, for a half hour, I will go over some amazing scenery.
And now that all the pre-flight checks have been made, it's time to take off.
Check density, altitude dew point 6, altimeter 3029er. Expect visual approach, landing and departing runway 21. Notice the airman.
Greg's passion is flying and photography, but he does these things so he can share those experiences with others.
My main goal with the photographs is to share the beautiful things I get to see with people who aren't so fortunate to fly in an airplane.
Flagstaff Tower information, Echo 1457, Zulu weather, wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 18. Check density, altitude dew point 6, altimeter 3029er.
Although clear skies are the best circumstances to enjoy the view from an airplane, Greg also enjoys more dramatic scenery for shooting.
A special moment over Sedona or the Grand Canyon is automatically special, but even in other places I find a thunderstorm or some weather phenomenon that changes the landscape. Those are the magical moments I enjoy.
And Greg's most magical picture is sunset rains. Greg also uses his plane for other purposes than only aerial photography.
Well, because I write this adventure column for a magazine, I fly often to different destinations for that purpose, and I also fly for family purposes. We have flown all throughout the United States and Canada over the 18 years we've owned the plane.
Arizona is certainly beautiful to experience from the ground, but Greg has a very special way to describe Northern Arizona from above.
I would describe Arizona from above as incredibly scenic, with very large geological features that are important from the air and often can only be understood from the air. So it's a pilot's paradise and a photographer's paradise.
On behalf of the crew, thank you for flying with Arizona from above. I am Nicola, and I hope you enjoyed your flight.
That was beautiful. You know, aerial photography is not only used for beauty and entertainment. It can also be used as a tool to help wildlife managers. In fact, Mick has a visitor here in studio who can tell us more about wildlife management.
All right, I'm here today with Shelly Shepard, a public information officer who's been working at the Arizona Game and Fish Department for about 25 years now.
Right.
And we're going to be talking about her agency and how they keep track of Arizona's animals from above. Shelly, thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
So my first question is right away, your show, Arizona Wildlife Views. Can you tell us something about that?
Yes, it's a program we've been running for a long time now, and it's a half-hour program. We do 13 episodes a year, and primarily highlighting Arizona's fish and wildlife species and outdoor recreation in those programs.
All right, yeah, cool, thanks. So the second question is, how do you use aerial photography, and why do you use that?
Right, and some people may not realize that we may use it as a wildlife management agency, but we do use aerial photography. We can conduct wildlife surveys from helicopters or airplanes. We can get visual sightings on bald eagles and their nest sites. We can also do some law enforcement activities as well, and that gives us a great view.
Okay, so yeah, that might lead me then to my third question is, how do you preserve balance in nature with your work?
Right, and our main focus at the department is to manage over 800 species of fish and wildlife that are found in Arizona, and we do want to provide a safe and some type of opportunity for individuals to go out and enjoy wildlife and outdoor recreation.
All right, then I got a fourth question for you, and that's the use of drones. How do you exactly use those?
Right, it's up and coming technology, and we are just starting to get into that field with a couple people that are certified, and hopefully in the future we can use it for more wildlife surveys, maybe even habitat survey work, and even some of our law enforcement activities to maybe stop some of the poaching activity in Arizona.
All right, perfect. Well, I want to thank you for this interview. And if you're looking for more information for this program, you can look at the Game and Fish Department website, which is located down here below.
So now that we've seen Arizona from above with spectacular views, let's now turn our eyes up into space. Milou will guide us to the stars using a telescope here in Flagstaff. Let's go to infinity and beyond.
We are here at Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff. We already looked at several high points in Arizona, but we are going way further because the sky is not the limit. Lowell Observatory is still in use for astronomy education for the public. And Kevin Schindler is the main person to talk about Lowell's education mission.
Lowell Observatory is an astronomical research center. We were established in 1894, and our mission is twofold. First is to carry out astronomical research of, galaxies and stars and planets. And then the second part of our mission is to share the results of that research with the public. So we have a very vibrant science program and a very vibrant education program that involves some 100,000 people coming to visit every year, plus school groups and summer camps and other groups like that. So we're in Flagstaff because of the area, the elevation, and the overall quality of the skies for telescope viewing.
At Lowell, there are several telescopes. One of them is the Clark refractor. The telescopes are open daily for guest tours and views at night.
Probably the most well-known discovery here is the discovery of Pluto in 1930.
11-year-old Venetia Burning thought of the name Pluto, which has the initials of the founder of Lowell Observatory, Percival Lowell. This telescope was the main tool that Clyde Tombaugh used to discover Pluto.
Every astronaut who walked on the moon, from Neil Armstrong to Gene Cernan, all trained here in Flagstaff.
Stars are not only interesting from a scientific perspective. People can also have fun by looking at it in the dark sky of Flagstaff. We are here with Ashley Marie Knoll. She does astrophotography.
Star time-lapse photography is under the umbrella of astrophotography, and astrophotography includes any types of photography of the night sky or anything in space.
With astrophotography, you can see way more of the universe than you could see with your eyes.
I like astrophotography and star time-lapse photography so much because it really gets me the chance to show the world the way that I see things. And it's amazing to see someone watch it for the first time and their eyes just light up. I love that feeling.
As we have learned, stars can be educational, beautiful, and fun. From research about the universe to beautiful astrophotography. Anything is possible in Arizona. From Arizona from above, I am Milou.
Those were some great night sky star lapses.
Yeah, they were. So now we've seen everything from the ground up into space.
Unfortunately, all good things come to an end.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. For more information and behind the scenes footage, you can find us on our social media pages at Living the Arizona Dream.